Yo, what's good, guys? The creative mechanism and how to make work for you. Let's begin. Within each one of us is a life instinct, which is working towards health, happiness, and all that makes life worthwhile to you. Maybe that's drugs, no importa. The life instinct can also be regarded as our creative mechanism, and when used correctly, it can also be called a success mechanism built into every human being in this world, even the dumb ones. Studies show that the subconscious mind isn't a mind at all, but a goal-driving mechanism consisting of the brain and nervous system, which is directed by the mind. Man has a consciousness that operates this goal-driving mechanism. The creative mechanism is impersonal. It works automatically and impersonally to achieve goals of success, happiness, or it could also work to achieve goals of unhappiness and failure depending on the goals that your mind sets for it. For example, presented with success goals, and it'll function as a success mechanism. Presented with negative goals, and it will operate as a failure mechanism in return. Your creative mechanism must have a clear-cut goal, objective, or problem to work on. The goals and dreams that our creative mechanism wants to achieve are mental images, imaginations, pictures that our mind makes. Our key goal that we wish to improve is our self-image, like how we act, what we think of ourselves, como nos vemos. I already made a video on it, go watch that. This is because the self-image prescribes the limitations to the goals that we can give our goal-striving mechanism. Our self-image puts a limitations on what is possible and what isn't. Like any other mechanism, our creative mechanism works on information that we feed it, and for example, our thoughts, beliefs, interpretations, through our attitudes and the way we view situations and we view ourselves. Things like those can influence the goals we want to solve, the things we think about. We ourselves describe the problems to be worked on. But just how can it fix or solve our problems? If you feed the creative mechanism information that we're unworthy, we're inferior, undeserving, we're failures, incapable, or a negative self-image overall, our failure, our goal-driving mechanism acts as a failure mechanism, and we use it as a way we view ourselves and acts upon it, and in turn might end up giving us thoughts of insecurities. It might make us overthink, might give us aggressive behavior toward people that are authentic with themselves and give out the truth. Like, your brain doesn't like the truth. The bad image or bad self-image of your brain doesn't like the truth, and it will act aggressive towards the things that are true and it's trying to defend itself from. And in turn, because of this negative self-image, we tend to push people away when we feed our creative mechanism these thoughts. For example, hay que decir que Billy tenía una novia. Y pues, wait, Spanish. Billy had a girlfriend. Billy had a girlfriend, right? Billy se la jalaba. Every single day, he was like, "Oh, when I stop, I'll stop when I get a girlfriend." And well, Billy got his girlfriend, and he stopped. He did it, as he said. But his girlfriend, started to see through him. He saw that Billy didn't quite like himself the way he was. He was quite a guilty person for what he had been doing before he was with her, and as much as he tried to hide it, and como, "Oh yeah, no, I don't, I'm big above." At some point or another, she started seeing through that fake image of himself, and he saw through his bad self-image and that he wasn't being an authentic person to himself. So let's say Billy's girlfriend broke up with him for needing time. Billy, on the other hand, his mental health was already bad, and tried to disguise it to act tough. got even worse. And in turn, when people try to help him, like, Billy, she broke up with you because you had this, and you didn't have this, and you weren't yourself. Billy's brain knew that they were saying the right thing, like, damn, he's fucking right. Let's push that person away to protect ourselves. Because in our brain, that's not true. Even though we know it is, the truth is not harming the self-image of us, and it's breaking us psychologically, emotionally, mentally. Let's push that person away, block him, say, curse him out, put a wall between us just to protect the self-image that we both know is wrong for us. And slowly but surely, Billy started pushing out and kicking out those people that really cared about him in life, just to protect a bad self-image that was gonna do him harm anyways. So yeah, don't be like Billy, guys. Be like Bob. Bob has a good personality and a loving girlfriend. The end. Let's move on. Our brains have two general types of servo mechanisms. The first one is where the goal or destination is known, and the objective is to accomplish that certain goal. And the second one is where the target is unknown, like the goal, the objective, what we're searching for is unknown, and our mission is to find that and discover it. For like example, like our purpose, when we finish one part of our purpose, like, my purpose is to finish drinking this. I finished. Now, what's next? Let's go find that second purpose. That's the second type of servo mechanism. But I'll give a better detail right now. An example of the first servo mechanism would be, let's say, a fucking self-guided missile. And its objective is to boom a warship, make that shit explode. Naturally, the missile will have sense organs that, feed it information that tell it if it's, on course, positive feedback, and when it gets off course, negative feedback. Just like eyesight, touching things, pain receptors, the sensory, the normal stuff we people have in our bodies. Our servo mechanism, naturally don't react to positive feedback because we naturally as, success making machines, we naturally steer towards the correct path. But naturally we're gonna need correcting sensors. Those correcting sensors will react to negative feedback. For example, if the missile goes, the warship is right here, right? It's right here. If the missile is coming like this way and this swerves too much to the right, which this way. If it swerves too much to the right, it's going, and it's gonna miss a ship. The sense organs tell it like, hey bro, you're going the wrong way. What's wrong with you, gang? And it uses that information learned, it's like, oh wow, I'm going the wrong way, I'm gonna miss. It automatically steers itself back to the left, to keep going back here. And sometimes they might overcorrect and go too much to the left. Now it's like, oh wait, you're gonna miss, right? And it'll overcorrect back to the right, it'll basically zigzag its way towards, it crosses its way to its objective, until it reaches its goal. That's basically how we as people react every time we do an action, like picking up a pen. The first time as babies, our hands will naturally zigzag, back and forth, learning how to extend, grab, reach out. Finally I got the pen. And our brains over time, will naturally adapt, and instead of going like this, no, it's not this, it will just go. It will, storing your successes and using them to advantage, and refine the actions and make them help you be better at every time. That's what we end up calling a habit. something that we do naturally over time, and we start getting better, and it starts getting easier because we're repeating the same action over and over again. And our brain uses the successes and forgets the failures to refine that action and make it better for ourselves and convenient. Let's imagine you're trying to find your phone in the dark, and you're moving your hands acá like, no es esto, no es lo otro, in a zigzag pattern, touching objects and rejecting them like, wait, no, this is not a phone. What? Get the shit out of here. Until you touch like a similar object, like a rectangular object, like, this is my phone, you turn it off and shit, and boom, bada bing, bada bing. You touch a similar object, then your brain considers it successful. That's the second type of servo mechanism. Your brain uses its memories and past experiences to find something you're searching for, whether it be your phone in the dark, a name to a song. When you're humming, you're trying to like think about it. It goes through your memories. What you studied. The list goes on and on and on. When we have a question or curiosity about something, our brain automatically assumes that there's an answer for that something somewhere out there in the world. So we naturally set out to try and find it. And when we consciously try to find something, we're already 50% of the way to finding it there. Let me explain. Basically, just by having the desire to answer something, whether it will be in business, school, work, socializing, yada yada yada, our creative mechanism goes to work to try and find an answer to the thing you're looking for by looking at information that's been learned in past experiences and past questions, things you're learning now, things you're seeing now, things you're learning. It'll go through your memories and things that could possibly, tie together to what you're searching for. Like, if you're searching for a song, you're just like, this genre bro connects to this song. And, this singer's connected to this people. Maybe the song is like in this album specifically. Because I remember seeing the picture here. This picture looks like the picture to this album. So maybe the song that I'm searching for is in this album of that creator. And it works like that. Even if our question is vague and super broad, we'll have that superstition like, yo, this is what I've been searching for. Like, it just hits you sometimes where you're just like chilling and you just look at something like, yo, this is what I've been looking for this whole time. Like, what you were searching for, like, you had no idea. You just look at it and your brain is like, yep, that's the thing, that's what we're searching for. And our creative mechanism does this type of work when our conscious mind, or when we're like forcefully not thinking about it, like when it's out of our brain, it's not being used on that certain question. For example, let's say you wake up in the morning, you're like, damn, what's that song that goes da 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 dun 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 dun? It's like, quién sabe, I'll search for it later, ¿verdad? And you're like playing sports, right? Suddenly your brain just like clicks. Oh wait, that song is called, I don't even know the name of the song either. I got this. Oh, I got this feeling. The song is called I Got This. Yeah, I just did it. You start singing it like, así se llama la canción. You remember it. You go back to playing sport. You forget the song. It's like, go to sleep. You wake up. And you're just like, I got this feeling. Like, oh, así se llama la canción. I got this feeling. Ay, qué chido. Or like I said, when you're dreaming, you wake up with a faint memory of what you wanted to know. Like, you saw in the credits of the song. So that's the second servo mechanism, ¿verdad? And something I want you to remember before we finish is that we as humans have been, literally made to succeed. If you're a failure, you're like a defect, bro. Go be born again. Get out of my life. Get out this life. Go jump. Go be reborn or some shit. I don't know. That was a joke. Don't do that. Yeah, we're literally made to succeed, and within every single one of us, whether you think you're special or not, whether you're not well known throughout your school or your work or in society and you're not high status, we all have this power inside of us that is greater than us, that's hidden within, amarrado, encerrado, chained up within you. And you're that power, you're that amazing thing inside of you. your authenticity, you yourself, your real self, the person you were as a baby, a person free of restriction and thoughts and worries, a person that doesn't care about what other people are saying to him. And you know what? If we as humans were naturally made to, be a successful, goal-striving machine, to have happiness and a fulfilling life, then a self-image of yourself that doesn't correspond, the picture of yourself that is unhappy, that's a failure, that isn't themselves, and it's just like has a mask on them of the person that they think they are. People don't really like that because they can sense that you're being fake to them. You're not being you to that person. You're not being yourself. And, your life is miserable. You should think that if we're naturally made to succeed, then naturally that isn't the correct way to, that isn't the correct self-image to put up on yourself and on your life. It isn't turned wrong, so remember, guys, don't count yourself as a failure. Be happy. I love you, take care, and 80.